Hello everyone, we are with another WCC ACT Alliance climate talks. We have already talked about NDCs, we have talked about just transition, and yesterday we talked about climate finance. Today I have with me Irene from Uganda, and we are going to talk about adaptation. So Irene, thank you so much to make some time to be with us. So adaptation, can you explain a little bit what is this in the scenario of discussions of the climate negotiations?
Thank you so much, Walter, for having me. I'm following adaptation track in this COP30 on behalf of the ACT Alliance and other community delegations. And of course, when we speak into adaptation, we are looking at mechanisms that can help community develop or build resilience due to the impact of climate change. We continue to witness the devastating impact of climate change, the rising sea levels, the floods, the prolonged drought, food insecurity. People are dying, people are being displaced. And this is all because of climate change. And when we speak into adaptation, we are looking at those mechanisms that will support community to be resilient to the impact of climate change.
So, coming from COP29 to COP30, where we are the process now? What are the challenges to get an agreement that pushes us forward to what we expected?
Aware that the impact of climate change is affecting the most vulnerable people, the people that are not responsible for this impact, the grassroots community, the poor community. And they are the ones facing the impact. And that is where the aspect of justice comes in, because they are not responsible. And so when we speak into adaptation, we are looking at those mechanisms, especially going back to the promises that have been made in terms of financing the process to enhance community resilience. And that brings in also the promise that was made in Baku and bringing us to Belém of the 1.3 trillion that needs to be delivered to support communities in terms of capacities, technologies that is required for them to adapt to the impact of climate change. Adaptation is life. Adaptation is not an adaptation fund is not charity. It is survival, and we need that. Yeah.
Churches, we have talked a lot about the power of churches. Now, how much churches have this capacity to mobilize communities to be able to influence their governments. So what do you think churches can do to help on this adaptation negotiation process?
Of course, the church has a moral obligation, just like the parties or the government are accountable for the historical responsibility and supporting communities. Biblically, it's mandated that humanity has the responsibility to take care of the creation, to nurture them. And so this comes to us as a call, as faith communities, to take this responsibility, that we have to preserve God's creation. And this implies that we have to go out to the government, for example, see to it that the commitments are made. Where development is happening, for example, are they going to be conflicting with nature? We need to see that communities are mobilized to speak for themselves. Government is held accountable, especially in terms of mobilizing the resources that needs to be given to the community or to support communities' efforts in adapting to the impact of climate change.
Okay, thank you so much, Irene. Thank you so much for you that have been with us. So we continue to support the negotiators, that support our ecumenical delegation for a more ambitious and also, as you said, Irene, a very clear action that will also protect the vulnerable groups. Thank you so much.